What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is 10 people who survived the impossible. We've been doing a lot of these for our first videos where it doesn't really say British couple or anything in the title. It is just one of them videos which doesn't really, nothing to do with us being British, a compilation on there and something we've been enjoying. We don't really pause much in these because they're kind of just more like, what am I watching? Yeah. Maybe this one will be a bit normal because yesterday's was weird.
Yesterday was odd.
Strangest Addictions. If you haven't checked that out, I would recommend it, but be prepared to be shocked and scarred for life. Not scarred for life, but to be shocked. There was some freaky ones.
There's a few scarred for lives in there.
A few freaky addictions in there, so go and check it out if you haven't already. Smash that like button if you enjoy this kind of content, guys. Smash that subscribe button as well, you absolute legends. And let's check out 10 people who survived the impossible. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
I don't know if I'm ready.
I think this one shouldn't be too bad.
This should be good, hopefully.
It's a weird thumbnail. It's like his head caved in. That's a bit weird, but we'll see. Not much pause in this. Let's go.
22-year-old Vesna Vulovic did the impossible when she emerged alive after a 33,000-foot fall, entering the Guinness Book of World Records for surviving the longest fall without a parachute. Vulovic was a stewardess on an unfortunate Yugoslav Airlines flight from Copenhagen to Belgrade, during which the Ustash separatist group planted a bomb in the cargo. As the bomb went off, the plane crashed into the mountains, killing all 28 passengers and the entire crew, except for Vesna. She was hospitalized with a fractured skull, 2 broken legs, and 3 broken vertebrae, but managed to survive and lead a full life afterward.
That's
Croatian music teacher.
That's impressive, isn't it? That's when you know you got like a life ahead of you.
Fran Salak has had more than a few meetings with death and survived all of them. Reaching the age of 85 was not a smooth ride for Salak. At the age of 33, a train Salak was on flew off the tracks into an icy river, killing 17 passengers, but not him. With a broken arm, Salak survived this close call, only to find himself in a plane 1 year later flying across Croatia. A door on the plane was blown away, and Salak was blown out of the plane with it. Believe it or not, he survived by landing on a haystack. Only 3 years later, he was on a bus, which plunged into the river and killed 4 people. But of course, not him.
I would never leave my house.
At the age of 41, the fuel tank in his car exploded, but he managed to react in time and escape certain death. Again, the same incident unbelievably repeated itself just 3 years later.
Wants him dead.
20 years after that, Salak survived 1 more car explosion and another bus accident, only to win the lottery and become a millionaire in 2003.
No,
he is truly the most unlucky, lucky person of all time.
I'm really sorry.
I can't be real.
I don't believe it.
I can't be real.
I do not believe that.
How often do you see a car explosion? Never mind 3, and then
he
wins the lottery.
That because I'm not being funny. If you fall out of a plane, right? You would never catch me in a plane again.
Yeah, maybe you didn't go on a plane again.
Yeah, but if you would be so. Would you not just be so worried about everything?
After a couple of them, yeah.
Bus crash, like going into the river. Would you get on a bus again?
Yeah, maybe.
Not after all that's happened.
I know.
I don't believe it.
It's definitely
top
fake.
Off, he won the lottery.
It's rubbish. It's definitely fake. But if he wasn't fake, he's unfortunately some weird thing wants him dead.
Yeah, but also wants him to be rich.
It's weird. I gotta be fake, I know.
It's definitely
Let us know if
fake.
you think that's fake or not in the comments.
Stella Maris College's Old Christians rugby union team from Uruguay had a mountain peak named after them when they tragically crashed into it while flying to Chile to play a game. The Glacier of Tears killed 12 people, leaving the others roaming through the vicious Andes on a temperature of 30 degrees below zero. Running out of the scarce food reserves they had, the survivors lost all hope when they heard via radio that the search for them had been called off. In the harsh conditions, they started dying off one by one, with the last ones standing eating their deceased friends, in a desperate attempt to keep on living. 2 of the bravest people managed to reach Chile on foot and inform the world that a group of 16 people were still out there, having survived an incredible 72 days. Anatoly
You'd be scarred
Bugorski
for
worked
life, though,
as a
wouldn't you?
researcher at the Institute for High Energy Physics in Prodvino. While checking a malfunctioning piece of equipment, a beam from the largest Soviet particle accelerator measured at about 200,000 rads went straight through his head. Bugorski's face swelled up beyond recognition and started peeling off. The beam burned through parts of his face, his bone, and the brain tissue underneath. Astonishingly, although only 500 rads would normally be enough to kill a person, Bugorski survived. His intellect was undamaged, and he continued his scientific career with much success. He did, however, lose his hearing in the left ear, with that side of his face remaining frozen due to the destruction of nerves.
Oh.
Roy Sullivan was a ranger in Virginia who made it to the Guinness Book of World Records by surviving being struck by lightning 7 times. Each strike did leave him scarred through. The lightning left him with minor injuries each time, such as the loss of a toenail or burning off an eyebrow. But some of the incidents had more serious consequences, such as setting his hair on fire, searing a shoulder, or leaving him with chest burns. Ironically, after a series of miraculous survivals, Sullivan ended his life at the age of 71 by suicide, apparently out of reasons unrelated to his bad luck when it comes to storms.
Oh, that's a shame.
Joe Simpson and
It must be petrifying every time there was a storm.
Yeah, because he seems like a target.
You just think, well, what is on me, which is going to attract with his lightning, like, so unlucky.
Simon Yates dared to set on the mission of scaling the west peak of the Ciudad Grande, 20,814 feet high. The mountain is part of a mountain range in the Peruvian Andes. The ascent was made famous by Simpson's book Touching the Void, in which he describes the climbing and the falling. Simpson was wounded and fell 100 feet into an ice crevasse. He managed to survive and crawl back up to base camp. It took him 3 whole days. Truman Duncan had the most horrific accident you can imagine and survived it. He was just another passenger on a train when he accidentally fell off a train car in motion. He was swept underneath the speeding train and was literally cut in 2. Duncan not only managed to survive the horrible event, but he stayed conscious for the next 45 minutes. He managed to get his cell phone out and call the paramedics himself. He underwent 23 surgeries, lost both his legs and a kidney, but miraculously made it out of the hospital alive. Aaron Larston was on a canyoneering trip in Blue John Canyon when a boulder fell on him. The boulder pinned his arm down, making it impossible for Larston to move. He tried to lift and break the boulder, but after 5 days he realized it was no use. Dehydrated and delirious, Larston finally got the courage to amputate his own arm. He managed to snap his own bone and eventually cut his arm off entirely, finally freeing himself from the boulder. Robert Evans, a 46-year-old homeless man, was a victim of a hit and run. He was patched up in the hospital and sent away soon after. On his way back to his camp, he got into yet another accident. He was hit by a train. To be more precise, he was knocked off a narrow railroad bridge and landed in a creek. Evans ended up back in the hospital only 7 hours after his initial accident. It's pretty miraculous that he survived being hit by a car, then a train just hours later. Mauro Prosperi took part in a 1994 marathon called the Marathon of Sands. Taking place in Morocco, the marathon was unfortunately swept away by a sandstorm, which caused Prosperi to lose his way and left him stranded in the desert. Running in the wrong direction, he ended up in Algeria, where he took refuge in an abandoned mosque. He survived 9 days by drinking his own urine and eating bats and snakes before he was found by a nomadic family who took him to an Algerian military camp where he was hospitalized.
Wow.
Nice.
Some random ones in there.
Some of them I'm not 100% sure I believe in.
I was going to say, let us know how many you think are real and fake. There's definitely a couple real ones in there.
But I'm not sure if even the fake ones, maybe some of it is true.
And then it's just exaggerated, maybe.
But I'm telling you now, that guy did not fall out of a plane, fall off 2 buses, train crash, have his car blown up 3 times, then win lottery. That did not happen.
Let us know in the comments.
I'm telling you now. If it did, if it is you, please comment below.
So what do? Do you class these guys as unlucky because it's happened to them, or lucky because they survived them?
I think it's pretty unlucky because
it's unlucky, but then is it lucky?
I would just rather not be in that situation at all. Cause it's kind of unlucky
Oh,
that
well, of course, but...
It's kind of unlucky that your car's blown up 3 times.
It is, but it's lucky that you survived.
Yeah, no, it's unlucky.
Let us know in the comments, guys. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. Smash the subscribe button. We'll see you legends tomorrow for another video like this. If you want to check out our other videos, we'll have more coming out later today. And we'll see you legends in the next one. Peace.